Today we have Lois Wakefield from Southern Champion Tray. She will be presenting a webinar about workplace safety tips and how to use the PPC Safety video. Welcome, Lois.
Hey, Emily. We are at the Mansfield plant in Texas. Safety is a priority here. Our goal is 0 accidents. We don't maintain it all the time, but we do try. Safety can be very hard. If it were easy, I think everybody would have a good safety record and low workers' comp costs, which is not the case. Petting accidents doesn't happen by pointing fingers or wishing at a well. It can be done with management support, employee participation, and involvement. We're blessed with support from the lowest position to the highest position. Without support, you can't sustain a safe plant. It takes everyone to make it happen, working together and staying focused. We have a different culture at SCT Mansfield. Employees want to be accident-free. They get involved in our safety records and keep the momentum going. Employees watch out for each other. If you walk out in the plant and you're doing something safe or you're not being safe, more than likely you're going to get approached by somebody. Safety is part of our culture. Employees report safety concerns. They report unsafe conditions, unsafe acts. They can do this confidentially if they're having to report it on someone that they're working closely with. And the supervisor will approach the person and be sure that the safety issue is addressed and corrected. We hire for attitude. It's easier to lose the attitude in the interview process than after they become an employee. Applicants who show bad attitudes against the previous employer may leave you with a bad attitude. Skills should not override attitude. Attitude and safety go hand in hand. It's hard to maintain a good safety culture if you have bad attitudes in your plant. Cleanliness and safety is one of the most important things. Supervisors ensure that the departments are kept clean and organized. Supervisors have 5S initiatives in their yearly goals. And our worst accident was caused by paper on the floor where someone slipped and broke a bone. Texas has a lot of safety initiatives. We count the days since the last recordable. We make a big deal about safety. We set goals. Once we reach one goal, we put another goal out there to start trying to work for that. Safety starts every employee meeting, and employees know to look and see how many days we've been since a recordable, because they know it's going to get asked in the employee meeting. We also sometimes give away little things if they know how many days they've had since the last recordable. We have departmental safety meetings with the supervisors and their employees and different topics that they talk about. We do safety walkthroughs with corrective actions. Our safety committee is involved, and we have the usual safety training. Our pre-press department uses their talents to make signs. Anytime they're slow or have some downtime, they enjoy being creative and coming up with different ways to express safety. And these signs are hung throughout the plant. We change them around and try to keep different things hung up for different times. The safety committee members are engaged and want to be safe. We have monthly meetings, heavy maintenance presence on the committee, since they have expertise and can fix things. Many times when our safety committee meetings end before you can get the notes typed up, some of your things that are brought up are already fixed before the plant manager gets the notes. We try to represent each department in shift, and we had a safety summit with Chattanooga to share ideas, where we flew our safety committee to Chattanooga and went through their plant and all of their safety rules and met their safety committee, and they flew part of their safety team here to go through our plant and go through the same process, and the end result was that both plants learned a lot. Nobody knew it all and nobody had all the answers. We got as much from them as they got from us. We measure our safety and our success, and we celebrate. Our largest goal was 751 days. This year we completed 4 years without a lost time injury. Recordable is a big deal to us, but a lost time is much worse. We do safety rewards. For now, we're playing bingo. We do rewards at 100, 200, a year, 2 years. We do shirts, jackets, chairs, anything we can think of to get interest going and keep interest going. We have a game string safety incentive at the end of the year. If we complete the year either under a loss amount or under a certain amount of accidents. We expect ups and downs. As hard as it is to maintain a safety record, you can't do it all the time. And every now and then you are going to have an accident, but we try to just get up and dust ourselves off and start going with a new record the next day. Our accident procedures are that employees must report all accidents and incidents to their supervisor. Then we do the accident incident form within 24 hours. Post-accident incident drug testing is required. If an incident, if they cause property damage, accident, if they seek medical help. When there's an injury in the department, the supervisor must call the CEO within 24 hours to discuss the accident and preventative measures. Light duty's available at all times. We make work. We get the doctors job descriptions so that they can get some kind of light duty work going and employees don't lose their wages or be off work where they're not earning money to support their families. And then we follow the case until it's closed. Accidents can have deep roots. We investigate to find the root cause. We analyze the trends and the data to preventative measures, and we try to help determine the root cause. Sometimes there's more than one root cause. Sometimes one easy fix does it. Sometimes it's a major fix. We interview employees and witnesses to find out what happened and how to prevent future accidents. The workers' comp system in Texas is probably not all that great like it is in some of the other states. It's hard to find a state with a good workers' comp system. We don't assume the system is going to take care of our employee. We talk to the employee and see if they're getting the care they need. If the employee is not getting their needed appointments and getting frustrated in the system, we try to help correct the problem. We report workers' comp abuse, and we attend BRC hearings on contested claims with our carrier. We feel like we also have a carrier that helps. We have a dedicated adjuster, loss control programs, and training is available. They come in and do that once a year if you invite them in. They work with us to help to control the cost. Not all carriers are equal. If you're not lucky enough to have a good carrier, then Your best defense is to communicate heavily and let them know you're there to help them manage your claim. New hire orientation, we review safety heavily. Procedures, incentives, rewards, cost of accidents, post-accident and drug testing is also made aware of during the new hire orientation. We want every employee to leave our orientation thinking that safety is important here. We use the safety in a folding carton plant video. We've used that since 2002. We purchased it and started using it. We've found that if people go on a plant tour, they're not hearing the safety part of the plant tour. They're hearing what the machine can do or how carton's made. The video actually shows more of the safety of the machines and the cautions of each work area, like staying away from a plant truck when it's got a load of paper in it, where the guards and nip points are on machines. It opens the dialogue into the safety issues and gives opportunity to orientate new hires to your plant procedures, to reinforce your policies. Some people learn differently, and when they can see something, it helps them rather than just going through it in orientation and hearing what the rules are. It also lets new hires see what something means instead of hearing it. You know, most people don't know what a clamp truck is until they actually see one. It seems that everybody's looking for answers and no one has all of them. Solutions can vary at each location. The important thing is to find out what works for your plant and try to keep it going. Cultures can be different, and cultures affect your safety more than probably anything else can affect your safety. If you have a good or a bad culture, it falls out in your safety and your accidents. There's no quick fixes. If there were, everybody would have a good safety record. Who would want a bad one? Everyone's looking for answers to fit their locations and identify the problems to fit their locations. Ready for questions.
Okay, thank you so much, Lois. That was a really informative presentation. So if our listeners have any questions or comments about this presentation on workplace safety, please call or email Cindy Healy at 413-686-9184, or her email is cindy@ppcnet.org. So now we have a couple questions for you.
Hi Lois, I just wanted to ask you, you mentioned in your presentation that your supervisors go through 5S initiatives. Could you just explain what that is?
The 5S initiatives is the taking one work area and putting everything in order, cleaning it, making sure that you don't have anything out there that's junk or not being used. They paint the floor, they paint the walls, they paint the machine, and then they try to sustain it and keep it clean that way. We've gone through most of the plant on 5S initiatives. We're not there yet. We still have some to do and then some to redo as we change things. But they do have the 5S initiatives and all of their goals for the year.
Hey Lois, I have a question. You talked about training. Can you tell us about the number of hours that your employees get trained when they get hired and what your annual training schedule is per employee?
The new hire orientation, it consists of a couple of hours with the video and going over everything, and then walking them through the plant. We have a detailed orientation program where I get them first and then we send them to the supervisor, and they go over a list of things with them. Then they have a training employee, and that training employee is responsible for showing them how to do their job safely. And then they visit with the plant manager, and he goes over issues with them and safety being covered. Then they go to the general manager, and he goes over our customers and our customers' needs and safety with them. And then they come back to HR. If they have any questions that weren't answered through that process, then those are answered at the end of the orientation with HR.
So this training employee, what's in it for them? Do they get anything extra for it, or is it just good citizenship?
No, they don't get anything extra other than the recognition of training them. We have different ones for different shifts, and we rotate them around at times.
You mentioned, Lois, about a safety committee. Can you just talk a little bit about how many members you have and how you select them? And also, how long do they serve on the committee, and how do you go about selecting new members?
Currently, we have about 6 people on our safety committee. They are volunteers. They stay on the committee for a year. We do have some who have stayed on the committee longer. If they're a real asset to the committee, like some of those in maintenance, it's harder to rotate those on and off. If you get someone on there that's really good, you want to try to keep them for more than 1 year sometimes. If somebody is not participating or they're not functioning, and giving ideas and helping with plant safety, then those are usually rotated off at the end of the year.
Lois, could you tell us how Safety Bingo works?
Each day that we are accident-free, we draw a number, and they have bingo cards. They play bingo each day. And then we have money prizes when they make a line, or they make a frame around the bingo card, or if they black out. And for each game we go through without an accident, the money will increase up to a certain level.
Sounds great.
Lois, Southern Champion Trey Mansfield has received a number of PPC Safety Awards. I'm just curious to know how you and your plant go about acknowledging receipt of the award and where you display them.
We get everybody into the PPC report that comes out every month, and track where we're at, how many hours we've worked, how close we are. Anytime we get a plaque or any type of recognition from PPC, we post those on the plant bulletin board by the time clock so that all the employees can see it.
Hey, Lois, so I'm wondering about that PPC video. It was made some time ago, and it wasn't made at the Southern Champion trade plant. And I'm wondering, is it still relevant for your people, even if it doesn't show the equipment in your plant exactly as you have it?
It shows the principles. We teach them that they have older machines than what we actually have here. So that kind of lightens the air up. The principle of the safety on the machines is still the same with the guards and the red rags and plant truck safety, going in and out of the trailers. That's still the same, even though maybe the equipment might be older than what we're currently using now.
Great. So I have a question for PPC. I understand that that video is available for members. Is that free to members?
We received a free copy last month, I believe, from PPC.
Yes, it is free to our members.
Excellent.
Okay, I think that about does it for our questions for you, Lois. And thanks so much. That was a really great presentation. A lot of great information. So I guess we'll say goodbye.
Bye.
Okay, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you, Lois.
Bye.